Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to Teachify classes. I hope you all are doing well and enjoying your study. Today, we are going to start a very interesting chapter of class 10th mathematics, quadratic equation. In this series of lecture, we will see what is quadratic equation, solution or roots, and how we can find the solution or roots of the quadratic equation by factorization method and by formula method. Let's see what is quadratic equation. Before discussing quadratic equation, we will understand what is quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial is defined as the quadratic algebraic expression where the degree is 2. For example, we can write 2x square plus 5x plus 3. This is the example of quadratic polynomial where the degree is 2. And if we equate the quadratic polynomial is equals to 0, 2x square plus 5x plus 3 is equals to 0, then it is called quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. That means quadratic equation is the quadratic polynomial which is going to equate. Okay, now see. Here the quadratic equation having degree 2. Now in your mind maybe one question arises, what is degree? Degree is the maximum power of variable. Maximum power of variable in the equation is called degree. And if the degree is 2, such equation is called quadratic equation. Okay, now here we can see the quadratic equation is in the form of x square plus now we will discuss quadratic equation in one variable. Actually, quadratic equation is the algebraic expression of second degree, and it is expressed as ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, where a, b, and c are real number. Real number means it may be a rational number or irrational number. And one more condition is a should not be equals to 0. Why a should not be equals to 0? Because if a is equals to 0, then in the standard form we can see 0 into x square plus bx plus c equals to 0, then the first term will be 0 and remaining portion will be bx plus c equals to 0, and it would be linear equation. So it condition should be very important that a should not be equals to 0. And what about B and C? It may be 0, or we can say any real number. For example, if I write here 2x square plus x minus 4 equals to 0, so we can see here the degree is 2, so it is quadratic equation. And if we try to find the value of a, b and c from the given equation, how we can find? By comparing this given equation with standard form of equation, that is a x square plus bx plus c equals to 0. We can see here the value of a is 2, and by comparing these two, if any variable or number is going to multiply by 1, it gives value itself. So the value of b will be 1, and here the value of c will be -4, because standard form is here plus cx, so we can write plus in bracket -4. The value of c will be -4. Now see the another example. Here the another example is x square plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. Now what would be the coefficient of x square? Actually, a is called coefficient of x square. In this case, it is 1, because here coefficient is nothing written, so we can write 1 into x square. And here the coefficient of x is 5, so value of b will be 5, and the value of c will be 6. The coefficient of x square, x, and the constant term c can be found only if the given equation is in the form of standard form, because actually we are comparing, and to compare the equation, that should be like standard form, right? X square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Then only we can compare and we can find the coefficient of x square, x, and constant term c. Okay, now see the last example. Here, is it quadratic equation? Yes, it is quadratic because degree is 2. If the degree is 2, then we can say it is a quadratic equation. Now, what would be the coefficient of x square, x, and constant term? Now see, here it can be written as 1 into x square plus 0 into x minus 16 is equals to 0. What we get here, we get by multiplying 0 into x, it would be 0. And by adding or subtracting 0 in any equation, there is no change. So we can write like this. And by writing this, we can find the value of a, b, and c. Right? Here, just I want to elaborate this one. We can write like this, plus in bracket minus 16, and it would be the value of c, because in standard form it is ax square plus bx plus c, na? So now see what are roots or solutions of the quadratic equation. Actually, the value of x, the value of x, the value of x that satisfy the equation, known as zero of quadratic function or equation, and there can be a maximum two possible roots. For example, x is equals to minus 4 is root or not. If minus 4 is going to satisfied by the equation, we can say it is the root. And if not, then it is not a root. Now put the value of x equals to minus 4 in the equation, we will see minus 4 square minus 16 is equals to 0. It would be 16 minus 16 is equals to 0. 0 equals to 0. Here, left hand side is equals to right hand side. What it means? It means the value of x, what we put here, minus 4, is the root of the above equation. Why? Because x is equals to minus 4 is going to satisfied. So it is root. And as we discuss here, there may be two possible root. So another root of this equation will be x equals to 4. By putting the value of x equals to 4 in the given equation, we will get 16 equals to 0. 16 minus 16 is equals to 0. 0 equals to 0. Left hand side is equals to right hand side. From here also, it is clear x is equals to 4 is the root of the given equation because it is going to satisfied. Again, satisfied means by putting the value of x is equals to 4 in the equation, we are getting left hand side is equals to right hand side. Nice. Now, I would like to summarize our lecture. What we learn here. First, we learn quadratic equation, and then we learn root or solution. The standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, where a, b and c will be real number. Real number means that may be rational or irrational, and a should not be equals to 0. If these two conditions are satisfied simultaneously, then we can say the given quadratic polynomial is quadratic equation. Now see, the root is the value of x which is going to satisfied. Satisfied means by putting value of x is equals to whatever we are putting in the equation, we are getting left hand side is equals to right hand side. We learn these two concepts today. Upcoming videos, we will learn how we can find the root or solution by the factorization method or by the formula method. Thank you for today. Bye bye.